Our thoughts create our reality. Through our thoughts, desires and habits we induce health or disease in the physical body. But, however, have you ever thought about what is the real cause of diseases? So, how do diseases appear? Does God give them to us? I don't think so. Not God, not the universe sends us illnesses, accidents or suffering, but we create them ourselves, through our destructive thoughts. In other words, we reap what we have sown in the past. The human mind consists of two systems, the subconscious mind and the conscious mind. The conscious is the one that deals with the rational, analytical and logical side of our mind. The conscious expresses itself through reason, thinking. It is defined by everything that is concrete, analytical, cognitive. The conscious is the part that has the power to choose. The amazing subconscious is the realm of emotions. It is the archive of memories. It is the part that perceives reality through intuition. Emotions are closely related to our beliefs, our values. The subconscious does not judge the facts as the conscious mind does. It accepts the thoughts transmitted by the conscious whether they are good or bad. It is not able to make selections or comparisons, so it cannot reason. The subconscious is the one who puts into practice the thoughts that come from the conscious, and depending on their strength, the subconscious tries to materialize them, that is, to bring them to fruition, whether it's a good thought or a bad thought, whether the thought is a desire of ours or just a thought out of control. What can we understand from this mind structure? Every experience, positive or negative, that happens to you in life is a result of your thinking. We are thus the creators of our happiness or unhappiness, the health or illness we face. Everything we think about ourselves becomes true for us. All our beliefs related to our own person and the way we position ourselves in relation to the whole universe will create very different life experiences in which we will experience exactly the quality of our thoughts and feelings. Let's see what your mind and soul is trying to tell you through diseases. Depression means anger, hopelessness and the fact that you are living in the past. Gland problems represent holding stations, and holding yourself back. Heartburn means fear, clutching onto fear, not trusting life. Headaches, self-criticize, fear, and not accepting what is going on. And these are just a few examples. The classic cause of illness is fear. A person who is walking around with a chronic sense of fear, gnawing away at them, is doubly vulnerable to illness, because their anxiety aggressively and progressively diminishes their sense of well-being, and this, in turn, influences their feeling of being safe in the world. This sense of well-being is the base upon which our personal health system stands. When this foundation is affected negatively, it diminishes the ability of our immune system to function. And when our immune system goes down, we're in trouble. It's not too difficult to see that there is a feedback mechanism at work here. Fear, and the anxiety creates and produces disharmony. Disharmony generates fear, and if the two of them are working together, it doubly affects the protective mantle of the body's immune system, as well as the energetic matrix. Illness is the inevitable result. It is no surprise to Western medical practitioners that disharmony and fear can manifest themselves in diseases that are recognizable to science. Almost 500 years ago, the Renaissance physician Paracelsus observed that the fear of disease is more dangerous than the disease itself. This brings us to consider the third classic cause of illness, the phenomenon known to indigenous healers as soul loss. The most important thing to remember: love is your greatest protection. Paramhansa Yogananda had a great deal of respect for Christian Scientists, but he said that good health requires more than mental affirmation. Our mental attitudes, our dynamism and optimism, are very important. But the most important thing of all is our attunement with the divine. Swami Sri Yukteswara said that the unfolding of the heart's natural love fills the body with such harmonious energy that it banishes all disease. To develop the natural love of the heart is the most important thing that we can do for our health. Saint Francis had so much love that he could eat the scraps in people's garbage pails, yet he was untouched. His deep attunement to God and Christ protected him. The best thing is to have a balance, to eat properly, to exercise regularly, while always keeping in mind that the greatest need is for loving God, for loving people, and for having this kind of harmonious energy. Anything that makes us more giving towards other people, more sharing, less defensive and less competitive with them, helps very much in the development of devotion. On the other hand, attitudes of aggression, defensiveness, worry, fear, and self-condemnation constrict the heart and are harmful to the body. And one more very important thing: you have come from infinity. This body is just a small part of that which you really are. For a while you are living in this body, but the truth is that you have come from infinity and are living only temporarily in this little physical form. You will not be anything but hopelessly diseased until you realize the truth of your own nature, the reality of your oneness with God. Ignorance of your oneness with God is the supreme disease, of which all others are merely outward and limited manifestations. Banish that ignorance and know who and what you really are. In other words, our subconscious accepts whatever we want to believe. The subconscious mind, closely related to our physical health, does not judge or criticize anything we think.